Hello, everyone. Welcome. Oh, there's a stage. I'll be up on it. Welcome to the Women in Tech Hackathon 2025. It's really nice to see you all. We've been working on our laptops online, organizing this, so it's great to see that it's a real event with real people, also online people. I'll just say a few welcome words, and then we'll have a few great speakers to welcome you, inspire you, and then me mainly, but one of our other team members, also Alisa, will go over some technical details of what's going to be happening, how we're doing it, what you should be doing, and so this year's theme: automation, impact, security. We all know that we're living in a more and more digital world. We do want to automate things, but we don't want to automate things that don't need automating. So really impact is a very important word here. Hackathons are all about solving problems and problems that have impact. So that's a key word that we really want to be thinking about. And security, there's two ways to think about it. So we do invite people to work on solutions really related directly to security. But also, if we think about our digital world, automated world, cybersecurity is important in any type of solution as well. And so the hackathon itself, no matter what the theme is, the very important value we have at this hackathon is really providing a inclusive, safe space. So it's a very welcoming space. We try to be very well organized. We have mentors to support you. So we want this to be a welcoming space for especially people who've never been at a hackathon. This is a welcoming place to have this experience here. And so I'm Alisa Virbula. We have two Alices here. There's even more Alices in Riga Tech Girls. And I'll say a few words of maybe why I'm here to give a bit of an maybe insight into what Riga Tech Girls is like from an outsider coming in. But then Anna obviously will give us more information about the organization. I'm technically not part of the core team of Riga Tech Girls, so it's weird that I'm standing on a stage talking to you about an event here. So maybe the Mean Girls movie comes to mind. I don't even go here. A few years ago, I started sort of just participating in events at Riga Tech Girls. And then 2 years ago, I was sort of in the background helping organize the hackathon. Last year as well, more in the background, but in person. And somehow they've convinced me to lead it this year. So it's fun to be here and see you all. That is all that I had to say. And we'll have, as I said, some great speakers as well talking to you. So Anna Andersson will be talking about a bit more why we're here, so why this hackathon exists. Then we'll have some inspirational words from Eva Ilves, so a cybersecurity specialist. So she'll be able to inspire us in this theme. And then Eva Fellman from the Riga City Council will also talk to us. So Riga City Council is our main supporter this year. And we'll have a very quick welcome from Startup House, where we are. So you'll find a tiny bit about out a little bit of what this place is. And then we'll go over the kind of hackathon overview, code of conduct, all the technical details you need to know to participate. So I will now hand over to Anna, our CEO at Riga Tech Girls and Start School.
Thank you. Thank you, Alice, for becoming part of our team and leading this year's hackathon. Let's give a round of applause to Alice. Whee! Right. My name is Anna Andersson. I am chairing two organizations at the moment. So one is Riga Tech Girls, another is Start School. And my aim with both of these parts of my work that I do is to support creation of more startups, of more people getting involved in startups. And that's why I'm super excited that we are having this Women in Tech Hackathon today as well. How many of you here are for the first time at the Riga Tech Girls event? Quite a few people. That's really awesome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming here. Riga Tech Girls are very, very happy to have you and host you. So that means that it still makes sense for me to talk a little bit about Riga Tech Girls as well. So Riga Tech Girls, we are a community of women, and not just women, also men who have come together to support First of all, women feeling inclusive and joining the tech field in many different ways, one of those being through startups. And also, we're here to support development of digital skills in the society in general. So we believe that the future is going to be digital, and we all need to take part in creating that digital future. And that's why the hackathon is one of the ways we do that. If we think about the startup ecosystem and why the Women in Tech hackathon, why not just a hackathon in general? So we started creating these and organizing Women in Tech hackathons back in 2020. And we're still doing that today. So this is the sixth hackathon. And what we've seen over these 6 years is that 5-6 years ago, about 9% of all the startups in Latvia were created by women. So the female founders compose 9% of all of the founders. What we see in the latest data from 2024 is that this number has risen to 26.4%. Right? Yeah. So super happy about this increase in women taking participation in creating and building startups. And I think it's really cool for Latvia because globally it's about 15%. And also in most of the European countries. So Latvia is doing pretty well in these numbers. Nevertheless, 26.4 is still a minority. So we still need to continue doing this. And that's why I'm super grateful for you joining here, coming to the hackathon, and putting your effort in to work on building new ideas and new startups. Our goal with Riga Tech Girls is not just the hackathon, we're also working with other initiatives. And our main aim is to support the startup ecosystem in becoming more inclusive, more diverse, so that everyone would feel the same welcoming in the startup ecosystem. So as Riga Tech Girls, we've been operating since end of 2015. So end of this year, we're going to be celebrating 10 years since we were, initiated. And over that time, we've had different online programs where we had more than 50,000 participate in those programs. We've trained more than 2,500 women who have then transferred in their jobs and became employees in the tech field. And over the years, we've supported more than 600 startup teams. So in the upcoming couple of days, you're going to increase that number, the last one. And we're looking forward to the teams that will be created here and who will kick off during these days. What are our goals? We mainly work with digital skills development. So if we look at, typically digital skills are divided in 3 parts. Basic digital skills, intermediate digital skills, and professional ones, so the ones that are used in workforce. And we mainly work with intermediate digital skills. But when we think about the hackathon, that is the 3rd part. Those are people who become employed afterwards and create technology. So with the hackathon, we're aiming to have more people employed in tech, more tech companies developed, and our goal is to raise that to at least 5.8%, maybe even more. From my side, that is all. I wish you all an amazing weekend. Have fun, because hackathon is actually mostly about fun, even though this year the theme is very serious and we have the name security in it, so that's always quite serious. However, hackathon is all about fun, about making new friends, about having the experience of your lifetime. So that is what I am wishing you. Be open-minded, make friends, and have the experience of your lifetime. Thank you from my side, and we'll try to, I will now invite to the stage Ieva Ilves, our honorable guest, but we'll start with a video that Ieva has provided. Yeah, Ieva just hijacked our event with her video, hacked it, and Pauls will try to make it happen. It's not that easy because the video is not in this presentation, it's only on LinkedIn, so it's a little bit tricky, Tech is always complicated, but
from work in Ukraine, they are learned to adjust to complicated situations constantly.
Yeah, so Ieva is currently based in Kiev. She's been there for over a year now. and she's working there with the Ukrainian government. And let's see, yeah, that's the video. Hope it.
Thank you. Thank you, Pauls, for hacking the screen. And my intention was to give this sort of short video because I felt like it could actually substitute my whole 10-minute empowerment. And I don't know if you saw the very, very beginning of that video, whether you capture the moment, the little girl dancing gymnastics is actually with one leg missing as one of the many victims in Ukraine. And not only because it's tragic and has all the other aspects, but the point of seeing that and also being shown on this clip is the fact how much Ukraine invests in technology to solve the problem. And that's what the video's core message is, that it really is the most efficient, digitally convenient state because it tries to solve citizens' problems. It succeeds. And the core slogan at the end is, it succeeds because it works. And I think that's something also good to keep in mind. In your work or in your ideas, in your innovations. And I think there is no better role model currently in the world as Ukraine, as much as we tend to think about Ukraine as a war country. And of course, that's the headlines. That's the biggest topic. Actually, behind those headlines, Ukraine is super, super digital country. And they really have built this most convenient country. And one would wonder, how would you even call a country at war to be most convenient country? And that is the magic, that actually the digital solutions are solving problems for people where you can't reach them physically. They are existential, they are essential, they are part of protecting from air attacks, being aware, being able to know what's happening, to the point that you can reach emergency, to the point that emergency knows where are people, have a visibility that is based in data and based in analytics and based in capabilities to react. So Ukraine, and that's from my work, working there for nearly 2 years in both in capacity in the ministry, but with European Union, is that actually resilience of Ukraine comes from the fact that there is a lot of digital. So when you are attacked and when physical lives and infrastructures are sort of not working or are damaged, if you manage to keep up connectivity, if you are able to build solutions fast and addressing the needs of citizens or state or enterprises, then you actually can be more resilient. And digital is by now in Ukraine not something that is seen as extra. You know, digital is not something that makes our lives better. It actually is critical. And so I think when you are looking at your innovations, you probably can also think, or you can be guided by some of these lessons learned from Ukraine. But I would say in part of all of the digital innovation and building, question number one and key number one is to figure out what is the problem I'm solving. Really being very honest. Is this what I'm trying to do? Is that helping? Is that helping people? Is that helping certain audience? Is that solving a problem for someone? Instead of digitizing things that sound cool, that might be trendy in some magazines or online statistics, you really focus on addressing people's need. One of my, I think, last favorite, I think I used that example in an article, is about half a year Ukraine introduced online marriage. And one would think like, well, it's like a cheap, tricky, or maybe just making fun or whatever. When you look underneath statistics and every solution that Ukrainians launch, they do in beta version, and they work very thoroughly through feedback. They analyze very quickly. They drop things that they see are not useful or that not working. They don't get stuck in just to prove that I'm right and my solution actually is great. And so they did this marriage, and the marriage part online was because a lot of men, hundreds of thousands, are not at home. Either they are in frontline, or are they in trainings, or they otherwise not there. There are millions of people, refugees, and families and people are separated. So there is actually a huge need in emotionally difficult situation, sometimes even just virtually, think that you have that other side that thinks of you. And sometimes it's actually material matter. People transfer money, people actually, including soldiers who are reimbursed and paid well, actually make sure that they can support that other side while they are in frontline, and while they might actually die. And another sad phenomenon, for example, is which systems actually have to sustain. And I don't know, looking at Latvia, sometimes Latvian.lv crashing for some, I think, what was this last election registration? Is that, for example, when they distribute salary for soldiers on a monthly basis, the first thing they do, they transfer that money away to their closest ones, because they don't know how long they're going to be alive. And so very sad stories, but in a way, they demonstrate that you can be very successful digitally if you're really solving the problem. And that nation obviously has a lot of problems to solve. It's, of their citizens, 21 million is using state digital services in one app. So it's a 40 million nation, about 7 to 8 in refugees. Take off children who would not probably be registered. And so you have pretty much 2/3 or even more whole state using digital state services. It's a very big, I think, I can't actually even imagine a good example across the world who would have equally good participation of one state in a one state platform. So again, really solving people's problems was the key message. Also, always stay true to your mission. You can set the goal, you can figure out how, don't question what can, what cannot be done. Just keep moving to the goal. If needed, adjust as you learn through the feedback, but don't get trapped what cannot be done. It's so incredibly many stories I've seen Ukrainians building technology solutions for which I would initially think people would not do things like that. And then you realize that actually, if you have figured out that that's your goal, and if you have figured out what it takes to achieve that goal, and you start to implement, you make adjustments, but you actually serve still that purpose, solving the problems that you have identified. So I think that's an important. I also think I'm glad to see, and I've always been a big supporter of Anna's work, and I think Ukraine might at some point also take a lead there of women in tech. And that's a huge change. In Ukraine has been always a technology-driven country, but as in many countries across, or mostly across the world, man-dominated field, and then with very heavy engineering presence, as history in engineering education. Now the women are also taking a big leap and being quickly adjusting. So I think we will soon be able to look at Ukraine not only as a role model of how to be resilient with digital means, but also actually seeing how much more women can deliver in technology field. And I hope that's going to be a great inspiration for all of us, that we can actually be there, do that, and achieve and be successful. And I think the last point that I want to say, and then Anna mentioned that emphasis on security. My role is to work. I've worked more than three decades in international relations. And this is a time, unfortunately, we live in a time of conflicts. And those conflicts are cascading down into technology. The conflicts are not anymore just geographical. The conflicts are not only about capturing territory or exercising some political rights in neighborhood. Conflicts are also digital and by technology. So there is a race who's going to lead in technology. There is a conflict on what values these technologies going to be operating, whether they're going to be surveillance technologies that are very heavily dominated in China, or they're going to be European democracy, freedoms, liberties, respecting technologies, and especially with AI, who amplifies, obviously, the power of technology very quickly at a very big scale. That is a massive conflicting field. And on top, we are also at scarce of resources. So we are also at clash, who's going to control the resources, and not only physically who's going to control, but who's going to be able to build more powerful things with less consuming resources, and who's going to be able to build coalitions so that their resources can be third-party chains, supplies, sufficient enough to keep their value technologies in lead. So, of course, that's a big global picture, but when you build your innovations, when you build your solutions, keep in mind that you work with the technologies that are built on certain values. Sometimes consider who might be owners of devices, who might be owners of solutions, who might have or might not have backdoors, especially those who will work with data a lot. And then also when you build your own solutions, keep in mind security challenges, because there's no such a big thing as big or small technology company. Everyone is a potential victim of this either global conflict or financial means hunting. And so it doesn't matter whether you are a big or small solution, if you can have a value and if you are easy to be achieved that value, you're going to be attacked, especially with AI capabilities that can scale simple attacks in very simple ways. So keep in mind security situation, be inspired by Ukraine, who can be digital and successful innovation in, I think, worst case, in a worse situation we all possibly can imagine. So I think that should not disencourage us, but encourage us to innovate and be digital, but be also very, very sober, very realistic about in what world we live and what solution you build with what goal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ilves. And we are very lucky today. We not only have two Alices present, but we also have two Evas. And speaking after each other. And Eva Feldman, welcome to the stage. Thank you. Huge thanks. Oh my gosh, what happened to the slides? Huge thanks to the Riga Investment Tourism Agency and Riga City Council for the support. And floor is yours.
Yes, so as Anna said, if your name is Alice or Eva and you plan to be in a startups, you have a kind of great chance to succeed, apparently. Like that's or Anna also. Okay, so I talked with Alice, the other Alice, and asked like, what should I tell? And there is like the official part from Riga City, and then there is a little bit personal story. So from Riga City, we are supporting this event and some other quite nice initiatives around the city that is for ecosystem building, and we are doing that for making Riga's ecosystem a better place for entrepreneurs, no matter like their background or from where they are coming. So that's why a lot of activities the Riga Tech Girls are doing are getting our support because they are just that good. Because we don't support bad or not so good ideas, right? So, and this hackathon, I think, is my actually first time when I'm at this hackathon. Somehow I skipped it. I think it's like good example that as Alice said, that there are people who have never built a company or never been in this tech field are coming in through this event. And I think that's a wonderful thing, because when you look from outside, then sometimes it feels that it's very like, as the first Alice mentioned, like sometimes you maybe feel that there's a mean girls or mean boys there, and it's not so easy to get in. So that's why we support events like this and other events. And yes, we also have 3 challenges, and I'm super happy that Riga Tech has invited us to be here. And I will also tomorrow be mentoring like all day, so I will be here in place. So if even if you don't schedule the call, you can catch me somewhere and ask a short question and so on. And also those who are online, please schedule the meetings, and we can have a chat. So, and there's 3 challenges. So I know that teams formed and ideas were there, but like if you need anything that might be connected to those ideas or something around like Riga City, then ask me. Some of my colleagues are also online mentoring. One guy who is a data specialist, and I know some people are working with data, so maybe Riga Data is useful for what you are working on. And one is IT architect of Riga City, so quite useful guys who decided to spend their Saturday a few hours, because government job, no one works on the weekends, or so they say. But here we are. Okay, personal story. So this is my first Riga Tech hackathon, but far from being my first hackathon. I think it was 8 years ago when I was, after first year being like community manager at TechShield, I thought I know everyone in Riga ecosystem, so I will go to hackathon and know a bunch of people. I went to Hardware and Arts in Tartu, and I knew only the one person who organized it, and everyone else were like this hardware dudes who like talk in a language that I don't understand, because there is like a lot of like hardware technical building things. And yeah, that was my first hackathon. Of course, as I was not a technical person, I ended up pitching. We ended up like failing miserably because someone needed to put the prototype. When we showed it, it fell on the floor and just smashed. And sometimes my stress reaction is laughing. So I was standing there, or prototype on the floor, like hysterically laughing, and that was my first time pitching. I know that you will have videos, so maybe that will be a little bit easier. but yeah, that's my story. I participated in, I think, some 5 Hardware and Arts hackathons until I won one, right? So I went, thank you. Yeah, and a bunch of others, and organized several hackathons and been a mentor and so on. So let's say I have good track records with the hackathons. So you can also come to me and ask about topics like, I don't know, by Saturday afternoon, you are like, okay, I wanted to build this big, beautiful thing, and now I have like one night left. What I can do? Like, I can try to help you to cut down most of the things you're planning, and find out like that one thing that you can still manage to do. So I have that kind of experience also. So yeah, so a little bit from a city, a little bit from me, but yeah, that's why I'm here. I will be here throughout all the weekend, and thank you for Riga Tech Girls for inviting us.
Thank you very much, Eva. And yeah, now it's going to be the hackathon team. Oh no, we have a quick welcome from Startup House as well, from Davids.
So, hello. I'm from Startup House Riga, and if you do not know this place and haven't been here yet, then this is a place that supports innovation, technology, and community. And if after this hackathon you decide to pursue your idea or you get a new one, this is the right place to be. So if you have any more questions about offices and co-working spaces that we provide, or about events that happen here often, feel free to come up to me and I'll do my best to help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and I just remembered that I didn't put a slide on about prizes. So one of the exciting prizes is for the first, the team that wins gets a 3-month membership to Startup House, which is very cool. So you can come in here and work on your ideas. Yeah, thank you very much. So now we will talk about the technical details of what's going to be happening. So before I go into anything else, I want to say a little bit about code of conduct. So yeah, I mean, the very short version is really be respectful to everyone here. So harassment, abuse, nothing's tolerated. And if you find yourself in a situation that makes you uncomfortable in any way, yeah, come and tell that to, like, there's a number of organizers that are here, so you can come and, like, whoever you feel most comfortable talking to, let us know. There is also a document, so on Hack Tribe, so there's a code of so if you go to info, code of conduct, there's a longer version, and also it says, like, yeah, what to do, what is the procedure if, yeah, something happens that you feel uncomfortable, let us know. Okay. And yeah, so this is the very short version of how it works, and then I'll go into more detail just so we've covered all bases and you know what's happening. So the main important thing is happening. You will be working with your team either in the event space here or online or both. It's up to you, really. But yeah, so yeah, please do use our team and expert mentors for support. They're here to help you, guide you if you don't know where you're going, what to do. Yeah, they're there to really make this a great experience for you. So yeah, so they're there to also help you develop this idea. And there will be a continuous Zoom call on constantly. So both for meetings and yeah, if you need to have sort of like online conversations with your team, you can use, there's going to be lots of breakout rooms as well. We're also using the Zoom call for meetings with mentors and so on. So yeah, if you're unsure about any of these things, always let us know. But yes, so there is a Zoom call to do this work together and meet people. Another point is share resources amongst yourself and how you're doing. So if there's anything you find useful in your work, feel free to share it with everyone else. So there's a resources Slack channel. So yeah, so anything you find interesting, someone else might find it interesting as well. Share amongst yourselves and yeah, how you're doing. Yeah, very cool point is that tomorrow at 5 o'clock, there's a pitch training workshop. So please come to that. It's going to really help you prepare your pitches, which is the next point. You will have to prepare your video pitch. So the project submission is a video pitch, and you will have to upload this video to YouTube and then add the YouTube link to your Hack Tribe idea. The deadline of this is 2 o'clock on Sunday. So yeah, really important that you make a video, upload it, link it, and it's there on Hack Tribe. So that's what we're going to use to start the evaluations. And yeah, after that, we will have the final presentation. So the teams that are in the top 10 final will be, all of those pitches will be shown when we have our jury here. The jury will ask you some questions, and then at the end, there'll be prizes. So that's the short version, and then there's going to be a more detailed, slightly longer version. But yeah, so the next steps now, the very most important things that you have to make sure that your idea has been posted on Hack Tribe. So the deadline is sort of passed already, but if you've had some issues, so for some reason you're not on Hack Tribe, let us know like instantly after this. Come to one of the organizers. There'll be some pictures of us in the last slide as well. But yeah, do let us know if you've had issues with this. Otherwise, yeah, also please make sure that you've joined our Slack workspace and add your name and picture. But yeah, so all the communication, everything's going to be happening on Hack Tribe and Slack. So if you're not on, you have to be on both of them. If you're not, then please make sure you are, because that's where all of the information is going to be happening. So if you forget any of the details that I've said now, all the information will be there and you'll find it. But yeah, so also each team, you have to make a public team channel on Slack, and it should be team and then -team name. So those are the most important things. If you haven't done those, then it's going to be hard to continue. But yeah, the rest of the information will be available on the platforms and also on Slack. So what's happening now? So after the opening ceremony, every single team will be assigned a team mentor. And then the team lead will be added to a Slack channel, which will be called a checkpoint. I forgot the specific name, but it'll be checkpoint and a mentor's name, I think. But yeah, so the team lead, please, watch Slack. You'll be added to a channel, and then that's where you'll be communicating with your team mentor. So then attending checkpoints, very important. The first one is already tonight at 9 o'clock. So yeah, go to Slack. So you'll have all the instruction of what's happening will be on Slack. And then after that, very important to go to the first checkpoint tonight. And after that, check the agenda, do whatever's on the agenda and follow that. yeah, so hacking takes place in there's designated areas in the venue and online. So the other Alice, it doesn't sound as nice. So Alice G will be talking a bit about house rules of where you can go, where you shouldn't go. But yeah, hacking happens both here, but also online. Yeah, build your ideas, ask help from mentors. Yeah, really develop the ideas, then prepare the video pitch. And then, yeah, as I said, but yeah, more details. So the top 10 teams will be answering questions from our jury on Sunday at 5 o'clock. That is the wrong, yeah, this is not a Magnum Auditorium. That's the location from last year. But yeah, this is the space, come here. And yeah, so really important to note though. So if you are in the top 10 and at least one of your team members has to be here in person to answer questions. If for some reason it's impossible, I don't know, the other end of the world or something, let us know as soon as you can if you have a team member that can't be here on Sunday at that time. We'll try and figure something out, but like that's really emergency cases. Please make sure that someone can be here. And yeah, there's the evaluation criteria. So these are the main things that you should be keeping in mind as you develop your idea. So originality of the new product, process, or service, the progress you've made during this weekend, and then, yeah, really important one, the potential impact of the outcome. Yeah, if this idea becomes real, like what is the impact they would have, and then the actual demo as well that you've prepared. And there's more, so they have more detailed descriptions on the Hack Tribe. I think it's in info guidelines if you scroll down. So there's a bit more detail, but also, yeah, your team mentors and also expert mentors, but yeah, team mentors know about these and they'll be able to help you sort of to, yeah, not forget about any of them and yeah, make sure you cover your bases in these areas. Agenda. So day one is now. So we're now, yeah, at the opening ceremony. The next most important thing is the checkpoint at 9 o'clock, and then end of day is 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock, we have to be out of here. So yeah, think of it as probably a little bit before 11 o'clock. So we're out of here. And then tomorrow, 10 a.m. morning coffee. I think there will be some snacks, but like, yeah, have breakfast before you come here, because otherwise you might, yeah, don't expect that breakfast is here and we want you to have energy to hack. So yeah, you'll get coffee, but please have eaten beforehand. But yeah, 11 o'clock is the morning checkpoint. So yeah, again, communicate with your team mentors on Slack or there will be instructions on how to meet with them. And yeah, so the main day is obviously, yeah, doing the work, but so between 11 and 5 o'clock are the main hours of mentoring. So there'll be a slide as well where you see a little bit of information about how to get to the expert mentors. But yeah, so mostly they have time slots that you can book in that time frame. Yeah, some mentors that have kind of volunteered their time to be online as well. Some are available on Slack, so you can kind of message in. It's possible that they'll answer you outside of these hours, but sort of don't rely on that. Make sure that you have booked some mentor sessions in this time frame. And then, yeah, 1 o'clock we have lunch. So yeah, we will feed you at lunchtime, just not breakfast. Then yeah, 5 o'clock, important one, pitching workshop. So yeah, that's going to be a really great one. So please do come to that. And then 7 o'clock is the evening checkpoint of day 2. And then 7:30, there'll be dinner. And again, 11 o'clock, end of day. And then we have day 3 on Sunday. Again, we start with morning coffee, so please eat on Sunday morning before you come here. And 11 o'clock is the final checkpoint. So there's 4 in total. All of them are required. Like you have to be there. And then, yeah, 2 o'clock project submission deadline. That is when you have to, so make sure that you click submit or save or whatever the right button is a little bit before 2 o'clock, because yeah, we do want this to be in. So because yeah, 2 o'clock we need to start doing pre-evaluations and so on, so that the rest can happen in the right time. Yeah, so the moment you submit, there'll be lunch after that. And then yeah, 5 o'clock, important, is the final demo. So we'll be gathering back here and online. And then yeah, the demo videos that you've been preparing. So the final, the ones in the final. So we'll show the demo video, and then our jury members will be asking you questions, and you'll answer the questions. That's why we need someone in, like, yeah, having them in person in here, at least one member from the team. Then after that, the jury is going to go off and evaluate and think about their decisions. And then at 7 o'clock, we have our closing ceremony and awards. And then, oh, that's not written here, but yeah, but after it, so we'll have like a little bit of snacks and drinks, but then yeah, 9 o'clock is the end. So 9 o'clock, we want to be out of here. Okay, I think, yeah, we're off to Alisa G now about some house rules.
Great job, Alyssa. Hello all, happy to see you. So yeah, house rules. We don't have much, but as Alice already mentioned, location is open from 10 a.m. in the morning until 11 at night. We covered that, all great. So we are here at the Startup House, and this is our main venue for the upcoming days. So please don't litter, and if you see anything like being in the place where it shouldn't be, we have so many bins around. Let's make this place cozy and nice for us all. Let's think of sustainability and let's be sensible. So reuse your mugs. We will have paper cups as well. Not that much because we're trying to be green and sustainable. But if you're going to use paper cups, write your name on it so you can reuse it. We have dishwasher in the kitchen. We will cover that a bit later as well. But yeah, just be mindful and be sensible. We have parking on the street on Sunday. It's for free. Tomorrow there's another parking lot. If you're coming by car, I don't know how many of you are coming by car. No, a few. All right. Check with me. I'm going to tell you about the parking. It's a bit more economic than just the street parking. So if you will need extension cords, we have those, but please, it's very, very important. Don't put extension cord into extension cord. That can be very dangerous. And yeah, make yourself at home, but let's remember that we are guests here. So once again, let's make this event nice, cozy for us all. And yeah, enjoy hacking.
Okay, a few more words from me, I think. What is it? Oh, yeah, there's Wi-Fi. So it's we recommend you use Startup House Guest. So that's on the other, yeah, in the line, but it's all one. And yeah, that's the password. They're probably printed around somewhere. But if you don't have access to Wi-Fi, ask someone. We'll let you know. Yeah, so we have 4 amazing team mentors. The regulars last year, we had them as well, so we know they're great. Yeah, so Arta, Zane, Alina, and Aris. So yeah, right after the ceremony, every team will be assigned one of these. So each team will have one of them. They will be, they're the ones that you'll be meeting during checkpoints, and they're the ones who are going to really help you kind of keep in check that you know where you're going, and yeah, keeping kind of progress in check and helping you through any type of question you have. We also have expert mentors, and so yeah, the expert mentors are in various sort of fields. We have some from design, some more technical ones. We also have 2 security mentors. So there's several topics, or some on business side as well. You can get to know the mentors. They're all on Hack Tribe. So yeah, the best way is to go on Hack Tribe, either click on mentors, and then you can scroll through them, and they all have descriptions, so you can read about what they know and how they can help you. And then it's important to book your sessions with them for Saturday. So we could actually probably recommend even this evening, or then early tomorrow morning, you can have a look and already book your sessions so that you get a slot and you can definitely talk to them. It's important to say that you have to book these sessions at least 1 hour before it starts, because our mentors need to sort of be able to plan their time a little bit, because they're spending time on a Saturday when they normally don't work. So the booking also happens on the platform, so you can browse the different mentors we have, and then you can go to the one-to-one sessions, and there you can book meetings with them, and the meetings will be happening on Zoom. So book at least 1 hour before. It's not just a recommendation. The system will not let you book something that is less than an hour beforehand. And if you need help but you don't really know who to ask, there is a Ask Mentors channels in Slack. So all the team mentors are there, all the organizers are there as well. But some of our expert mentors are also there, and sometimes it is easier to kind of just ask a quick question and answer a quick question there. Sometimes what's happened in previous years as well is if you ask sort of like, oh, I need help in this area, even if someone isn't, if the current mentors can't help you in that area, sometimes like people have actually tried to find someone even externally. So if you have any question, not sure who to, this is a good thing to remember, to just ask your questions, someone will help you. And very important to say who our partners are. Without them, we wouldn't be here. So yeah, Riga City Council is our main supporter. Yeah, big thanks to them. We wouldn't be here without them. But yeah, equally important, Startup House and Hack Tribe. So Startup House, I mean, yeah, we are here. You see that, and also the great prize we have from them. And Hack Tribe is also supporting us with access to the platform. Yeah, big thanks to the partners. Do you wanna? Exactly. Thank you. Okay. And this is us. So these are the people who've been working behind the scenes, and some of us are now in front of the scenes. And yeah, so Alice V, me, we have Pauls, we have Alice G, we have Iva, Anna, Monta, and Evelina. The ones on the top row, so we'll be around most of the time, or at least one or two of us will be always here. We haven't yet figured out the specific schedule. Anna's obviously here with us right now, but I don't think she's going to be around the rest of the weekend. And yeah, Monta, Evelina have also been working with us, but aren't here although no, I think Evelina might appear. But yeah, anyway, so if you see one of these faces around, and those are the people to ask questions to if you don't know what's happening, or you just want to chat as well. Sometimes we'll look really busy, but if we don't look really, really busy, you can just have a friendly chat with us about anything else as well. I think, might that be it? Yes, that is it. So yeah, let's start hacking. And yeah, the quickest, easiest way to contact us is on Slack, but also if for some reason you don't have access to Slack, you're not here, you can also email us here. Yeah, that's it. Let's start hacking.
Okay, a few words for